All right, here's another example of a quantum number. This one we're going to do magnesium and just kind of fill it out. So I gave you space in here to do each of them. So like this is the first one, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. Now before you do any of them, and on the test, I recommend you write out the electron configuration and the orbital diagram so you can see it, all right? So magnesium is, what's that, 3s2? All right, what's the noble gas that comes before it? Good, neon. All right, and then 3s2. All right, and then the orbital diagram would be Ne, up, and then down. I always either put a box around the last one I draw, or I'll put an arrow so that I remember, because it's not always the one on the right. Okay, so like the last one we saw, it was actually somewhere in the middle. It was kind of to the left, all right? So I always circle that so I know which arrow I'm talking about. All right, so N is the energy level. What is the energy level for that electron? It's on the third energy level, right? Because of the 3 here, all right? So that's where you get your N. All right, so it's 3. The italicized L here, we have S, P, D, or F. Which one would this be? It's 0, right? Because this 0, S is 0. All right. The orbital diagram, all right, we did that. So now we have M sub L. 0 is always the center. Well, in this one, there's no other options, right? It's only 0. So I guess you could draw a 0 there if you wanted to. This one has to be 0, right? There's no other options. And then M sub S, the arrow is pointing down. What do we think? Negative 1/2. See how much quicker and easier that was, right? So you just have to remember where you're getting the information from, all right? And this is a nice little sheet to kind of show you where you're getting most of the data, all right? Why don't you guys try neon? Okay, so for neon, I wrote out the electron configuration, I wrote out the orbital diagram, I signified which one was the last arrow that I drew, all right? Let's start off with N. What's N gonna be? 2, yeah, it's a second energy level, right? Okay. Next up, what's the L gonna be? 1, it's a P, all right. We get that from here. Your options are S, P, D, and F starting at 0, going down, okay? What about for the next one, M sub L, what would this be? Okay, so 0's in the middle, right? This would be 1, this would be negative 1. So because we're now over here, it's gonna be a 1. All right, it's the last one that we drew, which was this one here. And it's a down arrow, so positive 1/2, negative 1/2. Negative 1/2, good. All right, try the next one. Okay, so for iron, I put in electron configuration, orbital diagram, last arrow. What's the energy level? N equals what? 3, yeah, don't get tricked. Don't put 4, because we're talking about this one, right? So you're always going with whatever section it's talking about. Okay, this is our first D one, right? So what do we put for our number here? 2, yeah, so D is 2. So we put a 2 here. All right, great. Now in this section, 0 is in the center, 1 and 2 are over here. Then it goes negative 1, negative 2. Okay, so what's our number for this one gonna be? Negative 2. All right, because it's all the way over. And then down arrow. Negative 1/2. All right, any questions with that?